Evergreen sales funnels. What is an evergreen funnel? It's an automated funnel that runs behind the scenes in a business all the time. So for businesses like mine, where we have a membership, I also have a course, and we launch those things at certain times of the year and then we close them again because we need that deadline to get members to come in and join. And also those launches convert really well. They convert in ways that these automated funnels never will. So they're automated funnels that run behind the scenes and everything's pre-recorded. You sign up for something and you go and you watch a pre-recorded webinar, and then at the end there's an invitation for you to join whatever the program is, but you're not having any direct real-time interaction with the person that's selling it to you. Now, evergreen funnels do not convert as well as live launches for a whole host of reasons, like the live interaction with the person, the sense of connection with the other people going through the launch with you, the hard deadline to join. There's usually bonuses, there's usually onboarding events. There's all sorts of reasons why live launches just work an absolute dream and enroll people with a very different level of enthusiasm. So typically, a good conversion for a live launch will be somewhere between 3 and 10% of the launch list. You know, each business is completely different. One business might have a 25% conversion, another one might have a 1%. But if we say on average, a live launch converts at a 3 to 10% rate, but an evergreen funnel converts at a 0.5 to 2%, and even lower if the audience is cold. So if that audience has come in from a Facebook ad, for example, a lot of people who teach you how to build automated evergreen sales funnels sell it as like the dream. It's the passive income. You build this automated evergreen funnel and you never have to run a launch again. Doesn't really work like that. It's not a magic bullet. It still relies on having traffic. You know, you'll only have a successful evergreen funnel if you've got an audience of people that are coming through it. You need a lot more traffic coming through it than you do in a live launch. So if you're already having small launches because you haven't grown your audience, you're going to have even less sales from your evergreen funnel because it's the same problem. But where it's really valuable, where it does work, is sometimes the person just wants it now. They need it now. They're willing to make the investment. And if they're willing to make the investment and you've got the solution and you tell that person to wait 5 months till your launch opens, they're going to go off and find somebody else to buy from instead. But it also works really well as part of a nurture sequence. So some people are very spontaneous and action taking. I'm just going to jump in and buy it right now. I think probably just general human nature. Most people are not so like that. They like to think, they like to reflect, they like to observe. Where they come in really beautifully is evergreen funnels can work really well to warm people up so that when you do launch, they're much more ready to buy because they've already gone through your sales funnel previously. They've got a sense of what you offer. And if they're interested in it, but they didn't buy through the evergreen funnel, but they're still following you, it's warmed them up ready that when you do launch, they're more likely to join from your launch. So launch is still where it happens. And if you want your evergreen funnel to be really effective, you have to work at it. And a lot of us don't want businesses that require us to be spending all our days split testing things and optimizing funnels. For them to be really effective, they need a lot of testing and tweaking. Like in a live launch, you can do a fairly imperfect live launch. Your emails might not be the most perfectly crafted emails, and your webinar might not be the most perfectly crafted webinar with the most perfectly crafted call to action, the most perfectly written sales page. In a launch, a lot of people would buy because they love you, they love your approach. There are so many reasons why people will buy in a live launch. In an automated webinar, every step needs to be optimized to perform at the very best. And so businesses that do make all of their sales through automated evergreen funnels, they are working continually to optimize these funnels. The other thing is, it doesn't work to take a funnel that isn't working well in a launch and turn it into an automated funnel. So if your launch is already not converting, why would you take this non-converting launch and turn it into a process that's automatically going to convert even less than your main launch? So there's an argument that maybe it's better to optimize your live launch first, and then when you know you've got a launch that converts well, then you take it and transfer it into an evergreen funnel. So here's how mine works. So somebody comes across me and they sign up to one of my 3 different free giveaways that all lead into the membership. When they sign up for one of those freebies, it doesn't matter where they came from. They get a tag and they enter the Evergreen Sales Funnel for the membership. They don't go into any other sequences. They just go straight into the Evergreen Funnel. And then for 2 weeks, they receive emails that I've chosen very carefully to be some of my best content, designed to warm them up so that by the time I invite them to join the membership, they've got a sense of my teaching and my approach. Then, after about 2 weeks, there's a series of 3 emails that invite them to watch an on-demand masterclass. After they watch the masterclass, they get 3 days to join the membership. But the way I frame it is I say, I launch this membership typically twice a year. And if you don't want to wait until the next launch and you want to join now, you've got 3 days. So I don't try and make it like it's now or never. I'm very transparent that there will be a launch coming up in a period of time. But if you want to join right now, join. And if they don't sign up to watch the on-demand masterclass, they go into another sequence that still sends them invitations to join the webinar from the sales page only. So whether or not they sign up for the masterclass, every single person who signs up for a freebie relating to business from the heart gets an invitation to join it. And then if they don't join, if they don't do anything, then they drop off into my main mailing list and then they start getting my regular weekly content. And then the other thing to add there is that onboarding really matters as well. If you're going to have an evergreen system for a membership, then they're less warmed up. They haven't known you for as long. They haven't come in through a launch experience. They're much more likely to bounce in that first month. They're much more likely to join and leave. So having a good onboarding system really matters. We have an evergreen onboarding process so that once they've signed up, we try and take them through a journey that's identical to the journey that you go through when you've just joined from a launch. But the difference is that person's doing it all on their own. There's no special group calls. There's no special orientation calls. There's no welcome party. There's a lot less glue to stick them to you. So that is a problem as well with the Evergreen funnel. I haven't actually analysed the numbers, but I would be pretty certain that my cancellation rate for people who come in through the Evergreen funnel is higher than for people who come in through a launch.